Welcome to today's tutorial. So I'll be showing us a quick one, how to make that not so simple style but simple. So today I'll be drafting. If this is your first time tuning into our channel, do well by subscribing. Help us grow. Be happy, which will be happy. Life continues. Thank you guys. Thank you. So the shoulder I'm working with here is 12, as you can see. 12 divided by 2, I'm getting 6. So I'm going to just mark here. I hope you can see me. Then I'll come down by 0.75. So from this slope here, I'm going to come down by 6. Come down by 6. Look for the midpoint. Then you go in by half an inch. This is to form the shoulder slope. This is to form the armhole. Sorry. Then for the neckline, I'll be using 3 by. Sorry, I'm making this dress for an 8 to 9-year-old girl. She's 8 and will soon be 9 this month. So that's why you see me using 3. She's not a baby, only a child. So I'm going to come down by either 2. You can use either 2.5 or 3. I think I'll use 3. This is the armhole, connected shoulder slope. Then her chest measurement is 26. So 26 divided by 4 is 6.5. 6.5. Then I'll be adding 1.5 inches. So now, since this is not going to be a shaped gown, you can just extend this. Let me see. I brought this down. I brought it down. I brought the same measurement down. Then I'm going to add. The length of the dress is 35. 35. I've marked out the length of this dress, 35. So I'm going to just bring down that chest measurement, add my allowance, then I'll be adding like 3 inches extra. You can do 4, you can do 3, whichever way, depending on how wide you want it. So I added extra 3 inches. I'll now bring it down. Something like an A line. Something like an A line. I'll tell you how A line is. So for this curvy part here, I'll go in by 1 inch, just so it doesn't have this pointy edges, or you can simply use your ruler, just taking that pointiness inside. So this is it, A line. I'm going to cut out now. So I'm done cutting out. So now for that upper part now, I'm going to come down by 5 inches. I'm going to come down from my shoulder by 5 inches. I came down by, this is 5 inches. Came down by 5 inches from the shoulder. So I'm going to cut this out right now. This will be set aside. So this now, I'm going to do what we call splash and spread on this. I'm going to open it up so that it can form that you can form that fullness you saw on the dress. I'm going to tear it up open. Let me bring my other paper. So I've placed my other material on another pattern paper. So now I'm going to open this, cut this out into several places. It will also be dependent on how wide, how full I want the dress to be. So now I'll go ahead and open it up. This is the middle part. I'm going to tear this all out, open up, and I'll cut this out in 3 places. Yes. I'm going to open it up in 3. 1, 2, 3. Then I'll show you. So from here, from this center, the middle of it, I measured 2.5 inches from the left, 2.5 inches to the right. So now I'm going to open this up. Then at the end here, at the lower part, from this middle here, I went out by 5 inches on both sides. Remember, the upside I did 2.5. The lower side I'm doing 5 inches on both sides, left and right. So I'm going to just use my scissors now and open it up completely. So I'm now flashing it open. I'm going to now spread it depending on how full I want the dress to be. So I'm just going to pin this here. Let's extend it. So remember, this downside is not a straight dress. You see, I'm not keep it straight. I'm not keep it like this. I shifted it towards one side. Then, so now we can now decide how wide, how much fullness you want. You can decide to make it as wide as 10, as wide as 5, as wide as in anyhow. This all boils down to the quantity of material you have at hand. Me, I don't have so much, so I'm trying to manage the little I have. It's just 2 yards I bought. So now I'll use I think I'll use 5 too. 5. I don't want to get shortage of materials. Okay, let me make it 6. 6 it is. Then this upper part, I'm using 3. No, I think 3 is still small. So I used 4 here. So here it's automatically, let me make it 8. Let it be double. So I'll do the same thing for the remaining 2 sides. You know exactly what you do here is what you do on this other side. So like I said, I splashed open. So I'll do the same thing, the same wideness for this other side. So you can see I'm done pinning down. I'll now cut it out exactly as it is, like this. Cut it out. I'll still use this same one to cut out my back bodies, but I'll just keep allowance for my zipper. This is the best way you can get this gown. Splash and spread. That's the only thing. No guesswork. You can see. So you see, these spaces, it depends only on you and the quantity of fabric you have available. If your material is not small, you can manage it. You can still reduce it. But if you know you have enough to spare, you can open as wide as you want. Thank you. So I'm gonna head to cut it out. Okay. So all of this will be for gathering or tiny pleats. Then I'll look for the midpoint and tear open for one of them that I'll use as my zipper. My zipper. Like I said, I'm working with 2 yards here. For an 8 to 9 year old, it's 2 yards, it's okay. Except you want it to turn to something else. 2 yards is fine. So I'm just going to go ahead now to cut out the sleeve. So you can see all of this here will be for gathers and all that. I'm going to gather here. Gather as much as I can. So for the sleeve, I'm going to be doing something like that too. Our sleeve length is 11, sorry. 11. Let me turn this. I hope you can see. The sleeve length is 11. Just mark out 11. Then here is I think I saw 7. That's 3.5 plus sewing allowance 1 inch extra. She's not big. The head is not big. So I'm going to cut this out. So I'm going to place this here. I opened this, the middle part, the midpoint, I slashed it open. Oh yeah, it's too much. So, depending on how full you want it to. But remember, the lower part is much fuller. I splashed it open, and I'm going to measure in between and check how much I'm using. I'm using 6 inches in between. Then up here is just 2 inches. I'll go higher a little so that I can give it that puffiness on the dress. So now I'm going to just trace this out here and cut out. If you don't want to use this pattern, you can simply cut it on bias fold, like you're cutting a fillet, but to be on bias fold. So I'm just going to cut this out like this. Okay, after cutting my normal sleeve, basic sleeve, I splashed it open. You can open it wider than this. All these things are choice. I can still tear it again. I can still open it up again, maybe here. I can still open it further if I want. All this has to do with the quantity of material you have available. You can open it wider than this if you want. All this is choice. all this is choice. If you know you have enough material, you can open. All this is choice. The same thing here. Since I've already done, let me just do it at once. I hope my material will be enough for this. So there are just different ways you can go about this. Instead of just opening here alone, you can open as much as you want. Choice and quantity of fabric available. So I'm just going to place this and cut out just as it is. So this is it. This is it after tracing it out. I'm going to just look for the midpoint now. Look for the midpoint. Because this is where I'm working with. Let me just trim it fine. So you see, this side now will be gathered, this side will be gathered a little, then so. So I'm just going to go ahead now and cut this out of my fabric. Hello guys, welcome back to my sewing table. So I went ahead to cut out the facing for each of them since I won't be using lining. I used facing so it doesn't just look very tattered. So I cut out facing body for both the front and back bodies. 1.5. And I'm done joining the facing to the main dress. So now for the lower part, I went ahead to notch the center, the middle. Then I'm just going to run a loose stitch on it, gather it just like I have done here. If you don't want to gather, you can equally pleat, do tiny pleats. So after that, I went ahead to join the upper bodies to the lower bodies, making sure that it is equal in length with the upper bodies. So I'm just going to go ahead now and join it. So I'll do the same thing for the back, but for the back I'm going to open up the center, the midpoint, so I can form a zipper there, just like you can see here. So because the dress will be having just a very short zip for ease of wearing and removing, so I've gone ahead to run loose stitches on both sides, and I'm just going to attach the upper side to the lower side, and that will be all. Then after that, I'll go ahead now and join the shoulders. After joining the shoulders, I'll go on to joining the sides, and that's all. This is so simple. Guys, if this is your first time coming across our channel, please do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to like, comment, and share. You can be saving somebody this Christmas period. Someone might want to make this for her baby for this Christmas, since it is affordable and easy to pull together. So I'm trying to attach the upper side to the lower side of the dress. Remember, I added half-inch allowance. That is what I am sewing with. So like I said, the fullness depends on the quantity of material you are working with. So now it is time to attach the shoulders. So I'm just going to take the back shoulder to attach to the front shoulder, like I always do. So guys, Merry Christmas in advance. Or are we already in it? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. I wish you guys the best. Come 2024, I know it will be very, beautiful for each and every one of us. So I'm just going to go right there and join both sides like I have done. Then after then, I'm going to attach my zipper, trim the armhole properly, then attach my zipper. You can see the short zip I'm using. So I'm done joining the zipper, you can see. So for the facing, I'm going to just use my hemming gum to make it lay flat so it doesn't hang. So for the sleeves of the dress, like I said earlier, I'm going to gather the lower part and gather the upper part, or you can simply form pleats, tiny pleats on it, just like you can see. Then I went ahead to cut out 1.5 inches band that I'll be using to turn the lower part of the sleeve. So I went on to measure the round sleeve of my client. So after measuring the round sleeve, I'm just going to use this and turn the lower part, ensuring that I am on the right track. I don't join it, make it too big or too small. So just like you always form your bands, there's no difference here. It's just the same thing. How to create a band. It's just that this is small, just to conceal that the roughness of the pleat. So this is, you see, I told you guys that I'll keep giving you Christmas gifts, and this is my own way of helping, touching lives too. I decided to share with you guys. This is not easy. It's not easy recording. Most times I'll be sewing and I'll forget I'm supposed to record. It's not easy. So accept it with your whole heart. I'm done joining the sleeves to the dress. You can see, if you have enough material, you can make yours fuller. So for the neckline, like I said, the facing, I'm going to use hemming gum with my hot iron. Sprinkle water on it and put them in place so they don't keep hanging that way. You can see our dress is 85% ready. I mean 90%. It's just the bow that is left. So guys, if this is your first time, please do not forget to subscribe. So for the bow, you just cut out the material exactly as long as you want or as wide as you want. This is just how this bow is. It is not the usual normal. You're going to turn this one so that those pointy edges will be facing up and down. So I'm just going to close up both sides, close it up, then off you go. Thank you guys. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for stopping by.